the dot. Good morning and welcome. Today's class is Matrix 101. My name is Connie Nieto, and via chat you have Christy Dennis. We're both here to help you and assist you along this MLS journey. We're looking forward to have you throughout the sessions. Please remember that for MLS classes, we do offer you 5 of them: 101, 201, 301, 401, and 501. Today's class is about getting started, getting everything prepared, right? And setting you up for success. Before I get started, I'm here at the Miami Realtors page, and normally we would enter via the gateway here or on the very top, but I want to take a minute and bring you over into the MLS page. We cover more about this in MLS 501, but I wanted you to know that the MLS page has your rules and regulations, the fine fees, right? So this is what to avoid, information, right? MLS forms and application, hot topic items like fair housing and Miami-Dade and Broward online fair housing, and then you have tutorials and much more. So there's a whole dedicated page to the MLS. So be sure to take MLS 501 to get insight and new ideas to how to use this page. Once we do click on that Miami Gateway, it brings us to the Gateway dashboard, where here you have Miami Realtors Live, where recording of classes like this ones are available to you, as well as in our YouTube channel, youtube.com/miamitrainers, that the trainers have prepared for you, our members. For a playlist on videos on Matrix X, simply go ahead and click over right onto YouTube and find the Matrix X playlist. Of course, we're going to be talking about Matrix, so you can come in and click on Matrix, but I want to show you that there's a Matrix Learning Lab. I'm going to click in here 1 second to give you a little preview. You can come into the Learning Lab and start to earn your badges and start to earn points and have short videos that will help you along the way with getting to know more and more about Matrix. Now back to our gateway, I want to bring you into the Matrix one, so we click the icon here. And that will bring us into the Matrix homepage. This is an MLS, it's the multiple listing service. This has all the data and shares all the information for Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, Martin, and St. Lucie County. Christy has sent via the chat details and information if you need for you to be able to click connect to us, email your trainers, and more. Next, I want to show you that this is your home page. You can make of your home page what you like. You can move items around, organize it, and sort it in the format that you would feel would work best for you. Just by clicking and dragging, you can put items where you would like to, right? So I'm going to put this one up here, right? And you can click and organize that home page. On this home page, we have links to eProperty Watch and Home Visit. We have classes that cover these. You can take working with buyers and sellers, and we cover eProperty Watch extensively. We also have a dedicated eProperty Watch video on miamirealtors.com/eProperty Watch. From this main page, you can also search directly an MLS number by putting an MLS number in and clicking search. Coming back to the home page by clicking back or clicking on the Miami logo, right? I also want you to note that you have external links on this homepage. The external links include links to the NAR, to the NAR Realtor Magazine, to Florida Realtors, to the Miami Association of Realtors, to the tax services for the areas of coverage, including Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, Martin, and St. Lucie County, to registered 55 communities, the schools in the area, the Florida Department of Education, the U.S. Department of Education, tax services, right? Form simplicity, my condo plans, how to configure your showing time, professional search, previously find, and you have inklings to RPR, builders update, Carto front, and more. I also want you to know, and I'm going to come back to the very top, that you can create favorite searches. As a member, you have access to creating 10 favorite searches. What are these for? I really think these are essential and a part of what you need. So you have favorite searches here that you can go ahead and always have ready. We're going to be teaching you in 201 a little more about these, but setting these up for your farm area is a very good idea because then you can simply come and click on update all. And you'll have the update on what's new in that area. Please note that we offer an OK to Advertise class where we walk you through how you can go ahead and set up these OK to Advertise items. To continue, we're going to come to the very top right where it says hello and your name, and we're going to click the down facing arrow and then come and click on settings. What we're going to do here is set you up for success. Before we go there, let's go to the help first. We're going to click on help. In the help area, you have the data input forms. If you join us for a Matrix 401 class, we talk about these input forms and how vital they are when you're going to add a listing. You have access to the input forms here in Matrix. You have them on the MLS landing page at miamirealtors.com/MLS. You also have them in Form Simplicity .loop. We share them to Transaction Desk. So you have access to these. So if you're going to do a listing presentation, we highly recommend you taking the data input forms. We also have a Matrix training guide. What's new in Matrix X? Some videos, video tutorials available, Matrix support. And if you click on support, there's an 800 number available Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. You have CoreLogic's answer link that you can click and live chat with. You have search information, including how to get a count of my search results, what is a cross-property search. You have a speed bar and information on how to use the speed bar. And we cover this a bit more in MLS Matrix 301. You have information on emailing, how to send a listing, etc. CMA, and this we do teach extensively in Matrix 301. Reverse prospecting, which is vital when you have a listing. You want to do reverse prospecting to see the agents that are sharing your listing. Matrix Mobile, open houses, realist, area maps, and more. What I want to stop and take a second is bring you to the area maps. And we have area maps here for Fort Lauderdale. And you can click into the Fort Lauderdale map and it will take you to a map with an out of area item. I always like to show this one because it shows you that if your broker permits, you could list out of area properties in our MLS. For outside of our area of coverage of Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, Martin, and St. Lucie, you can go ahead and use the area number of 5940. For those of you that are wondering, there used to be area marks maps available, and you can get them at the offices. And the counties were divided into areas. So you could search in the MLS by area. Now, it's not required to search now by area, but it's still something that you may hear people refer to. If you were to list a property in the islands and Caribbean with your broker permission, you would go ahead and do that in 5950. For the US, other than Florida, 5960, and for outside of the United States and the islands and Caribbean, 5970. Coming back into Matrix, you also have maps, right, for Miami-Dade County. So through the chat, tell me, what county are you in? We have the one for there, and let me show you Palm Beach. Nice. Now for large area maps like these, but that you can fold out, again, you can visit one of our offices. And last but not least, they provided to us a code list with municipalities, and you have one for Palm Beach and Miami-Dade, where they give you here the municipal code with the information. All of this, remember, was top right, arrow, and the help. Now we're going to come over to settings. I also want you to note, if you have a preference, you can make matrix English or Spanish, right? You can choose, and you'll have the information in Spanish. Click over and choose English. You can also choose to send to your customer in English or Spanish. Clicking again on the arrow, we're going to come to the settings area. And here we're going to talk about a few of them. We're going to talk about my information and then portal notifications when we get done. The bulk of what we're doing today is setting you up for success. And what we're doing here is making sure that you're able to put in your branding and your information, contact details, and set up so that you have everything ready to start to interact with your customers. We're going to click on my information, and that brings us to the information tab. And we're going to cover here information first. Then we're going to click the header and footer, cover sheet, email, agent webpage, and OneHome. From the information item, I want you to understand that what you use in this area here will then be transferred to other parts. So it's vital that you set this up correctly. This page allows you to manage your personal information used by Matrix for each of the fields you find below. It is recommended that you use a roster value when one is available. So that means use something that's here. If you're going to note that you have items in gray, those are items that you cannot change directly here. Your office is one of them. They registered you to that location. So if you need them to switch you to another location, they should contact the MLS or do it directly themselves. Also note that the information as far as your last name and your public email, that's what's associated to your membership with the association. Note here that I clicked override. So I'm going to remove this so you can see. My name is Connie Nieto, and that's how it appears. And then I have a full name bar. I always like to show you that full name because you should really click into it and make sure that you add any designations or certifications that you may have earned. Now that I have you here, if you have a nickname or if you'd like to use a different name, you could click override and put your name. I put it as an example. My name is Constance, but most people call me Connie, so I've put those in italic. You could also put it in the full name and put here Connie, etc. If you work with a team, you could put in a team name. Then you have your title of employment. This doesn't cut them automatically through, so all you have to do is click into here, right? And type it in. Next, you have a direct phone number if you'd like to put it, contact phone number, and more. Go ahead and put them in. Anybody have a pager? No pagers? I was just wondering. Your public phone, contact phone number, and your cell phone number. And remember that this will fill your header, footer, and information. So go ahead and fill them out. Anybody have a toll-free number? You can add that in as well. Fax number. And then we continue on down. We're going to talk a little bit about tagline. If you have a tagline at your office and you'd like to add it in, go ahead and take a minute and add it in. This could be a slogan, something that they use, service with a smile, excellent customer service, whatever it is that they would use. In additional information, you can actually go ahead and put a link maybe to another area, and you can even put a website address in. Here's what I recommend. I'm going to go ahead and open my link tree. To show you. Let me see if I have mine here. And here's the Linktree account, right? This is my Linktree account. They have new features that they can show me later, right? I wanted you to see the Linktree, and this is the Linktree. So I could come in, click into it, and I can copy and paste this and come back into Matrix and add it in. Other things that you can put into in here is places where you're interested in working in, or you want to farm in, etc. As far as your website, let me go ahead and show you. You know how we normally come in and type in our website. Just want to show you. So you would put www, right? And your information. Oops, I can't find it here, so let me go ahead and find another one. So this is my website, let's say. What I would do is open it up, come to the very top, copy, come back, right, into Matrix, and paste it in. Why would I do this? I may want that information to appear on my agent page or on my header and footer. So I want to put in as much as I can in this information area so they want to transfer to the other tabs that we're going to work on. In a suffix, this allows you to put if you're the third, you know, His Royal Highness, Her Royal Highness, the second, senior, junior, anything like that that you would like. And then we click save. You can always come back in and update the information. So as you start to earn designations and certifications or anything else that you would like to add, or you create your website, you would come in. How many of you are new to the business? Less than 6 months, less than a year? Is this your first matrix class, or is are you taking it again? I have not discussed the framing area. I'm not sure where you're reviewing. Excellent. This is something that you should all know. You can take these courses as many times as you like, and you take them as often as you would like to make sure that you get the information that you need. Okay. Once you finish up, save on the lower left. And now we're going to go to the next tab, header and footer. Here in the header and footer area, this information is going to be used to be displayed right on your printed reports. Right? And also you can select from a library of standard banners, etc. If you're interested, you could upload a custom banner and the details are available here. And if you'd like to select from the banners, you would click here. So I'm going to go ahead and select a banner. When you click select a banner, you're going to see the items. You can choose, I don't want a header or footer, or one of the basic ones that are here. You can scroll down and there are many of them. So let's say you'd like to use this one. You can click and select it on the left-hand side and then click to preview, and that will take you to the page where we were. And this is a preview of what it would look like. To add your photo, you simply come into change photo, right? Click, I'm not going to do it, just want you to know, and you would add it in. The branding that appears up here as far as contact information comes from this branding area, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drop-down items. So you click and select. And this information that's available here comes from that information tab that we just worked on. The next one, scroll, click and select. Next one, click and select. Click and select. Click and select. And I have on mine, just so that you know, my full name, my title, my phone number, my email address, and the brokerage where I work at. Why would I do this? To always provide them information on how quickly they can get a hold of me. And if you note, the first item I have is my cell phone before the email, because that's what I prefer. Next, you can use and leave the theme colors. You can even come and put no or yes to wanting to create a footer. And then if you do want to create a footer and you put yes, you have the ability to select these 4 items to see what would appear on the footer. Once you're done with this, you can click save. If you ever want to default to the initial settings, you would click here to reset. We click save and we move on. CMA cover sheet. The CMA cover sheet is something that we'll cover a little more in Matrix 301. The CMA we will, but the setup for that cover sheet is here under the settings area. So here we come, and you can click here to change your photo, right? You always want to personalize it so they remember who they've worked with. You have your name, and you can override the name. The company, which is grayed out because that comes from your membership. You can add a suite line, a phone number if you choose. The email comes from that information page. If you'd like your full name and the website address. You can also add in your work phone number, a nickname, or anything else that you would like. And this would show up in your CMA cover sheet. Once you finish here, lower left and save. One over is your email signature. Due to now us using OneHome, the email signature has taken up a new importance. So what we've done here is that you can type in a greeting. You can come in and type your name, right? Put in your information. Your title, etc. Now note, I have different items, right? Some of you may be interested in copying and pasting this directly from your signatures from your office, all right? Some of you may be interested in being able to hyperlink. So I'm going to show you here that I can, after I type it, I can select it and then come up to the very top, and I'm going to remove the hyperlink and then add it again. So this is for my email. And what that does here is the display name, but it's not a URL. I want to switch and select email. And what that will do is allow them to click and email you. So I'm going to take a minute and add in the information. I'm going to show again, but with a different item. I'm going to go ahead and remove here this search for more and add your new home, right? And let's say I want to connect it to my trainer page. I select here, I click on the little link, the pop-up appears, and I'm going to take a minute and come back to my page, copy, come back in Matrix, and paste the URL in. So you can select from link to anchor text, email, and URL, and put OK. And that will create, right, hyperlinks for your image. Now, adding your photo, I'm going to go ahead and remove it 1 second and show you. Note that this is just like working in Word. You can select something and you can make it bold, right? Larger, select the font type from the items that are here in the dropdown. You can also come in and notice how I have Miami Association of Realtors and the registered trademark. You see it here. You could add this by simply clicking to where you want with a cursor and coming up, and you see the omega symbol, clicking it in, and it's right towards like the middle. That's how you can select it and add it in. Of course, I'm not going to do it twice, but I wanted you to see it. All right. The next item is adding your photo, right? So I'm going to go ahead and click where I'd like it to appear, select on the image, select image. And for these to appear, you must have added them right to the header footer. So I'm going to select this one. Okay. And then it now appears here. Okay. Why is that so important? Because we want to make sure that when you go ahead and send emails to your customers, they see you and they see your contact information. We'll go ahead and click save, right? And that has saved your signature. Next over is your agent web page, and you can choose to enable or disable it. And this is a free page that you have through Matrix. You can give it a name. I advise you to come in and put your first and last name, or put something that you would like. And a site would be whatever you put into here, .scf.mlsmatrix.com. It's only letters and numbers, no symbol. Take a minute and create your title web page. Note that I put the same thing here as I did on the title page, and I'm trying to relate them to me and the name that I'd like to use on social media. How many of you have started already to create your social media accounts or are thinking about it? What you want to do maybe is consider creating consistency in what you put here. And if you're interested in walking through the steps of creating your social media, join your Miami trainers, right, for social media marketing, where we walk you through Facebook, Instagram, connecting to Twitter, and so much more. Next, I have a title here, same as what I have for my page title. And I've written a little blurb in English and a little bit in Spanish to let people know that I can speak Spanish as well. And I wanted you to see here that you could take a minute and explain what it is that you choose to do with your business and why you're in love or why you like selling South Florida. I wrote this here. You could take a picture of it if you like. It's really written for you to use. I'm not in the business, but it does explain my coverage area because I say I'm dedicated realtor, right? And it says Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, Martin, and St. Lucie. I have lived here in South Florida for over 4 decades. I love my hometown. And then I wrote something about why I fell in love. Allow me to help you fall in love with South Florida. Live near our beaches, glorious agricultural area, spacious suburbs, beautiful horse country, and amongst our magnificent sunsets. Grant me the pleasure to help you search and find your future home or investment. Miami attracts all of those who want to live, work, and play in our vibrant and innovative communities. And Miami's evolution from a tourist destination to a top global city is complete and visible, and the numbers prove it. Looking forward to hearing from you, always ready to help you find your future home or investment. And then a little blurb in Spanish. I recommend you doing something here where you feel that you're sharing. Remember that something like this, a description to your business, a little bio for the business, will be then used again and again and again. So you can come into it and update the information. Notice that some of you told me you were new. I didn't mention to how long I had my license. But if you've been in the business for 2+ years, you could even add a line on that. I've been working for this amount of time. If you want some background information, review here, what I've done, the areas that you work in, etc. I gave the broad location, but if you guys, let's say, work Pinecrest, or work Kendall, or work the beaches, or you do Weston, anybody from Broward, or you work the Hollywood area, or Dania Beach, or in Palm Beach, maybe you do Jupiter, or I don't know, any other area that you work in, you may want to add that in, just not put all of the areas of coverage, but maybe the area that you farm and prospect in. And we come to the very bottom here, where you can choose if you want to add a portal greeting, your contact information, etc. So you would select and add, select and add. If you want to add the map area or not, you can not specify, restrict searches to the map, or specify. And that would mean that the search area on your map comes to a specific area. You could click here to modify the map and decide. Note how I have an area. Let's say that this is the only area I want it to work. But if I want to remove it, I can select it. Just if you work the map and delete, and I can just leave it in the area that I would be interested in it opening up in and clicking on save. You can zoom in, you can zoom out if you choose. Okay. You do not need to specify a map area. You can actually just come and put do not. But if you want to specify an area or restrict the search to an area, you can use this item here. Other options are included are a sign up form. If you're interested in having them sign up to use your page, you can put a little greeting to that sign up. And then you have additional domains. You can connect this site to 5 domains that you may purchase, and you simply come and put the purchase domains here and click add, add, add. Of course, it's invalid because I don't have one here. So if you went out and you bought Connie Nieto, real estate instructor at a domain, at like GoDaddy, etc., you could come and add it here. And now we're going to click on save. And notice that it'll let you view the site So you would immediately have to click it. And this is the site that we created. Notice that the header is here, your photos here, they can find a property. And this is something that you can copy and paste and share and put into your social media, etc. It's a mini search site with some background information on you, your contact details, etc. Coming back into Matrix, the next tab over is OneHome. And here you have the ability, right, to use a photo or upload it. And this becomes very important because when you send the email, this is a little bubble that's at the very bottom, and they can see your information when they click and see the property. You have the contact info here. So if you have a team name, if you want to put your social media links, you may. So let me show you at least one. I'm going to go to Twitter. And this is my page, but I want to go to my area. So I come to the left to my profile. And in my profile, now I can copy my Twitter, come back into Matrix, paste it in. I can come, let me go to Facebook, to my Real Instructor page. And these are things that we help you with in our social media class if you're interested. I'm going to go ahead and copy, right? Come back into Matrix, paste Facebook link, Instagram link. And remember that now you can now post to Instagram from your desktop. So I'm going to click on my profile. This is my profile page. Copy. Come back into Matrix, paste. I can put my license number if I choose, right? A web URL if I'm interested. I can add a profile content in English and in Spanish and welcome them. I can even add a video. And then I can click save. And now I've saved the updates to my OneHome portal page. Very important to go ahead and do each of these tabs and fill them out. You don't have all the information now. You can always come back in. How? Click on the upper right-hand corner and click on to settings. My information. The next item that we want to cover is portal notification settings. And I'd like you to take some time here and go ahead and do this. When you come into the portal notification settings, we do have an area here where you can select to receive an email, a text, or a daily summary of the visits to the portal, the saves as a favorite, the removes a favorite, the discarding of a listing, the undiscard of a listing, the adding of notes, and the first time visit. To me, very important is to always know the first time a customer visits, and then of course, adding the notes. And you can go ahead and select these. You can select whatever you want from the page, but the most important part to me is if you're choosing to receive a text, to make sure that you do the initial setup here. So these are vital because this allows you to see if they're interacting with the search that you've sent them. Again, you come to the very top right, click on settings, and from settings, we just finished my information, and this is portal notification settings. Click in there, set up your notifications. And then I'm going to show you now how to add your mobile device. To do that, you know how it says here, click here to edit your cell phone, your cellular info. You're welcome, Valerie. Click here to edit it. You just click to edit. You come in and you type your number. Select the drop down for the company that you work with. So who is your cell phone provider? And then you ask the system to send you a verification code. I'm going to click in and let's see how quickly I get mine. I already have it. So I'm going to come in and put the code it sent me. Everybody gets their own code, so don't copy mine. It's not the one for everyone. And then you click Save My Cellular Info, and you're done. You've given them the approval, right, to send you text messaging. And now you click Save, and you've completed your portal notifications. The next thing I want to show you is we're going to come to the search area here by putting your mouse over the word search. And I want you to see that you can search RE1, RE2, which is a combination of single family, townhouse, condo, and villa, residential income properties, duplex, triplex, fourplex, residential land, boats, docks, residential rentals, commercial land, business, agricultural, and industrial, commercial improved, right? Business opportunity, cross property search, quick, open house search, public record, search other MLS, agent search, right? Office information, and then a more button. To do our searches, we're going to concentrate on here. If any of you are interested in commercial, we offer a commercial MLS class. Join that for details. So we're going to come in and we're going to do RE1, RE2 by selecting it. Once we're in, automatically you have active coming soon and active with contract. So I'm going to go ahead and remove, and let's say I just want the actives. Notice that everything that you have on the left-hand side, right, is information vital. What type of property, the property type, and you can click and select. To click more than one, let's say you have single family, you also want a condos, you can click on Control or Command and select it. And to deselect, you do the same and click on the item. Notice that you have waterfront, a residential, right? A single family pool or a condo pool, so you can select from either. Waterfront description, the style of the property, the amenities. On the middle, it's all about location. You can actually come and put a distance from a select address that you would put in. You can actually put it in an address and several more. So let's say you were doing a cluster of buildings and you want to put all the addresses. You can search by area number, which was those area maps that I showed you in the help area, by county, by municipal code, township range, or zip code. So let's say I want to look in Miami-Dade County. Currently in Miami-Dade County, active single family homes, there are 1,001 matches. If I want to switch it, I could click Broward, and there are 860 in Broward. If I wanted to come and put Palm Beach, there are 924 in Palm Beach. St. Lucie, 141. Martin, 143. Those are how many are in our coverage area. From up here, I have 1,001 matches, right? And what I could do now is, if I wanted to, I'm going to remove the Miami-Dade County, and I could actually come up with a zip code, 30134. There are 30 matches in that area. The municipality codes, they only had them for Miami-Dade and Palm Beach, and it was on the very top under help. Also note, in 201, we go extensively into the map, right? So some of you may be interested in a map search. You can also come in and put development name, subdivision name, complex name, right? And information. You can select a geographic area, and you can even come to the very bottom and select a city. If you were looking for more than one zip code, all you have to do is put a comma and the next zip code. Okay. Next, okay, you can select a city, and we have this additional field. So right before even going over the details here, because this is location, information, location in the middle, and details here on the right. I'm going to scroll down, and I want you to see the additional fields. In additional fields, you can come and add and remove. If you've never used it, it just says add. So what you would do here is click, and it allows you to bring available field information and select it to show on your search. Once you do this once, by search time, it will save it. So you can come into the site, and let's say that you were looking for terms considered. You would come, select terms considered, click to add, and add it to the side. Other ones that we think you should do is, of course, the okay to advertise. But you can learn more about that in a class. So okay, click and add it. The next one that we love to show you is REO, select, add, short, short sale, select, add, and then I want to show you remarks. Let's say I wanted all of the remarks. I can come select the first one, come all the way down, select shift, select all of them, and add them all at once. Another one that's very popular is pets allowed. So I type in pets, select, and add. Another one that's important is association. And for that one, I have a little tip. You come in and you type ASSOC and the 3 appear, because you may want to search for an association, but you want to know how much the payment is for, or you're looking to pay less than an amount and what the pay period is for. So you can select the first one and you can click Command or Control and select each individual if you like and click Add. And then once they are in the selected fields, you can select the item and move it up or down so you can organize these in the order that you would like. The idea of searching for these together, and it's a very good reason, right, is that more and more people were telling you that they wanted to live near something, or they wanted to arrive to work at a certain amount of time, or they were looking to be less than 5 miles from a location. So, and they weren't being specific on whether they wanted a condo, a townhouse, a single family home. So they've allowed it to do it together so you could do one search for those people that are looking for an opportunity to live close to something. An example, they want to work close, they want to live close to work, or they want to be close to a school, etc. So they're not really just interested in what type of property, but they want the proximity to something. And if you ever want to separate the search, you can do it separately. You just select it in the very beginning. So now that I've selected my fields, I click back. And that's why you have the ability here to select what it is that you're looking for. Okay. If you wanted to do 2 separate searches, you just simply come in and you would do a single family. And then if you want to search condos in the area, you would simply come and click condos, townhouses, and villas. You can even choose to do one condo search by clicking condo, right? Or if you wanted to do a townhouse search, you can click townhouse. Okay. Now that I have my information in, I can talk about pricing. So if I was looking for 700,000 or less, I could put it in 700 and the minus sign because the thousands are already included. If I was looking for a range from 700,000 to 900,000, I do a range here. If I want it to be 700,000 or more, 700,000 plus, right? So that's how you would do it. And if you ever have questions, that's why the little question mark is there. Right? And now you could see the range information. MLS number, if you directly wanted MLS numbers, you could put them here. Total bedrooms, 3 plus, 4 plus, what you're looking for. 3 would mean that it's just 3. 3 or less is 3 or less bedrooms. 3 or more is 3 plus. And a range would be 3, let's say, to 5, and you would add in a range. If you'd give me a minute, I'll go ahead and show you. So here we have 3. I'm going to put 3 plus. Full bath's the same. So let's say I want 2 plus. No half bath for the moment. Garage spaces, you can put square foot living area using the same idea, right? And now I'm going to come to my results. I could view the results in a map, right? And we'll show you more about this in 201, but you can actually come in, let's say, and if you're just interested in doing a polygon because there's a certain area you like, you can come, right? And draw your little polygon and allow it to know that you only want the items in this area. Now you can come to each and click and see the property here, right? but maybe you want to view the results in a grid. Here you have the results grid. Here you have that by MLS number. You have the status, which is active, the area, the address, the subdivision, the square footage, and that little currency symbol in the front denotes that the information was brought in directly from the tax service, the listing price, the information, and you have other items here. To look at a listing, you simply click on the MLS number. Here you're going to see the images, the address, the legal description, the bed, the bath, the square footage information, year built, location info, general information, the remarks. You can submit via MLS offer. You have the rooms and the description, additional information, financial info, agent office info, including compensation, right? And who it's prepared by. And this is the agent full view. You can see the number of pictures here. You can actually click to view photos here or just click on the image. You can see the location of the property on a map. If there's a Google Street View, you can click and see the Google Street View. If you like the property, you can select it and click next. You do have links available to Data Co-op. You can see the property history tab back here. Other times that it's been listed. Photos available. Back to listing, right? You have a link to Realist, IMAP, Form Simplicity, MLS Advantage, My Condo Plans, Terrafly, Showingly, Find, which is now Realtor.com's professional search. You can report a data error, get information from Cartofront by clicking, and you can get the flood insurance info. We'll cover that in 201, right? Etc. So let's say you look through this one and you're also interested. You can select it. Now to switch from this agent full view, which you have here, you can actually come and click to the very top and see it. If there were attachments, let me click on the next MLS number. If there were attachments, you would see the pages here. We don't have attachments in this one. Let me see if we have it in another one. This one has attachments. There you go. And you would click and view the attachments, which in this case is a floor plan. Coming back into Matrix, I want to go ahead and let's say I want to select this one as well. I can click and it brings me back into my grid view. In 201, we teach you to redo this grid. We teach you to review that map to its fullest. And all of you should sign up for it. I think we have it again on Wednesday morning. 201 would be the next session if you're interested. Now that I've selected them, I can come to the very bottom and click refine and simply narrow it down. Or if I wanted to discard these, I could. If I narrow these down, if I click narrow, it'll just leave these three. Now you wanted to know how to send, you can come back to actions and click to email. And when you click to email, if your customer is already in the system, you can go ahead and start typing them. Or you can create a new contact by clicking here. And the minimum is first name, last name, and email address. Please note that for customers, you could add a category, the type of salutation you'd like, and further details. You can come and choose the language, a blank copy of yourself, to yourself, the subject area. This subject area will be saved, so I suggest you put something that you understand because you're getting a copy of it. You already have a dear in the message to whom it's going. So in the email body, you may put your signature is already done because we did it before, and you simply click send. Thank you, Christy, for the details. You could also, if you choose and you have the customer, click over to save and save the new search. Give it a name. And then select to add it to your customer. If you want to make this a favorite of yours, you could enable it here. And this will save your criteria. Sending sends the property. Saving saves your search criteria and your map location. Now, what I wanted to let you see in preview is I believe I've left my email where I sent it open. So let's see if I've received it, or I could try to send it again to there. Hold on one second. Let me come back in and let me come to actions and send email. And I'm going to send it directly to the email so I can show you what it looks like. Okay. Like sample so you can see it. And this goes to the customer, right? So I'm going to take 1 second, come in. Here I have it, sample, and I wanted you to view it. It has your information, the email you wrote. They can view the listings, your email signature, and the link, right, to your website. That's why the signature field is so important. They can see you, click to view the listings, and your customers can view. And that's how you send it. Again, I'm going to come into Matrix. And just to let you know, we did a couple of things. So we're going to do one more search. Let's do a search and let's do a residential rental. Let's say that we're looking for 1,500 or less, right? And we want it in Miami-Dade County. There's 131. Notice that you can come in and put the status, a search area like before, but this time when you put the price, you have to put the complete price. You can choose amenities if you want. You have an additional field. And here I've added pets allowed. Remember, I showed you how to do that. So if I put pets allowed, yes, we're down to 39 matches. You could look for furnished and more. You could even look for rental status if you're looking for temporary rentals or short-term rentals. Okay. You come to results. And here you have your information. You can review it again by clicking on the MLS number, reviewing the property. If you're interested, selecting it, clicking next, review, select it. And notice that you've checked too. You don't have to go back to the agent single line for residential rental. You could email directly from here. You could choose to print. And that will bring you to an area where you can choose to print, let's say, the client 8, right? And this is a report. You can preview it because I want you to see it. And this is an image, right? Details on the property, a primary image, the first image, and 8 pictures more. So if you're interested in sending, you could come to the bottom, select, and email it or print it to PDF. And you should select the ones that say client, even though in the state of Florida, we use customer. So you have a client multi-role, information, the primary photo. This would be great for showing if you like. Client full, everything that they can see, including images. It has your header and footer. You can choose here header only, header and footer, or without header and footer. And then you have client with remarks. And this works for those that have a huge supplemental remarks. But the first one I showed you that seems to be a favorite is that client 8 photo. And here's the preview. Back in Matrix, you can actually email this PDF and choose to email it to your customer. A little message to them, the language, a blind copy to you, your signature that already goes, and send. Okay. So we did 2 searches. I'm going to go back in. We came to the main page. We discussed how you can make it yours by moving items around. We discussed that you can visit us and get more information on eProperty Watch, the external links. Then we took a minute and we came to the upper right-hand side and we first came to help, where you can see the input forms, matrix support, how to email, how to CMA, do reverse prospecting, the area maps, and the municipal codes. We came back into the very top and we came to settings and we set you up for success by going over my information and all the tabs, clicked back over and showed you portal notifications. Very important to be notified with what your customer does with what you send. Then we came in and we discussed the searches and the different types. We did an RE1, RE2. We showed you how to add additional fields, select a search criteria and send, including beds, baths, more. And then I came in and I did a rental. Recent searches are saved up to 50 in the area here. And you can see the first one I did is right here. And then the second one I did, right, which is the rental, is right here. I then showed you what your customer received by clicking over and using a sample email. And here's the rentals. So here's the first I sent and the rentals. Goes quickly. They get the information. They can view the report and start to interact. In this case, it was, right, a report that we've done. And with that, unless you have additional questions, Chrissy and I would like to thank you for spending the morning with us. And if I see there's a question where it says, where can I find templates for listing contracts? Ask your office if they use Form Simplicity.loop or what it is that they use, and ask them what contracts they use. And then that's the system. This is how to search the multiple listing service. And what you're looking for is what transaction management tool would help you. Okay. I gave a resource page at the very beginning of what we did today. And recordings like this one are available to you at Miami Realtors Live and also at youtube.com/miamitrainers. Here's a little resource page. I'm sending it again. For an export of a search, it's easy. Let me come over to the very top here. So I'm going to switch to agent single line. If you wanted to export this, you have to make sure that you create the display that you like. And in 201, we go over the display settings. And according to that display, you could come and select either all, right? So that would be all 39 or just the ones that you'd like. And then once you have the display that you would want, you would click export, choose it and export it. You cannot do that with IMAP information unless it's already in the system. So if you wanted to, you need to come back to a 201 class where we show you how you could put folio number, etc., into the criteria here into the grid view. Okay. Well, your Miami trainers don't offer directly a what to say in the contract class, but there are as is courses provided by brokers and attorneys. Remember that there's the ones that are supposed to guide you, your broker, right? Or you could get legal help from the legal hotline. Now, that's it for now. Thank you so much for having joined us. We hope we answered your questions. I want to thank Christy for being here with me, all of you for being Miami members and being with us. And we hope it was a productive class. If you're interested in repeating in Spanish, we will be here at 11. Take care and thank you.